It is now precisely 7 o'clock.
Springbok Radio presents World News and Africa Survey.
Good morning. It is Wednesday, the 12th of November 2025. My name is Wynand de Tooy, and I'm greeting you here from the edges of the Kalahari Desert in the Northern Cape of South Africa. And this morning, I'm going to discuss with you how a question of white apartheid changed into black apartheid. But before that, I would like you to forward this channel of mine, this specific video, to all your English-speaking friends so that they can also subscribe, join the channel, and be informed on what is happening on the ground situation as given by myself in relation to our pro-survival group, Südland Civil Protection. We are an Armageddon organization, so once we are in the situation where all else has failed, then we are there to give refuge for our people and, of course, then protect our own in certain areas. Today, the boot is now on the other foot, where it all started over years and years, the blame game, the blaming the whites for everything that is wrong in South Africa. And now with the G20 conference that is coming up next week in South Africa, there's a lot of things happening which is not normal. Firstly, they are maintaining the routes along which the delegates will be transported from the airport to the Nasrec facilities where this conference will be held. Roads have been repaired, potholes, new traffic lights have been installed. And as some people said, for the first time in years, they can't remember when was the last time that a traffic light worked. But now there is new ones installed. We also see that they are planting next to the road. They are planting new trees just to show progress, development, advancement. But in reality, I think most of those trees will be dead within a couple of weeks or months. But the ANC is preparing to have a beautiful face in front of the world. And it reminds me of the years that I have spent time in the rest of Africa, in Angola, in Brazzaville, Congo. And whenever a person of importance came to visit, the route along the way from the airport to the gathering space is beautified and cleaned. Only the front of the buildings are being painted, and one street away it is dirty and chaotic. The Brazzaville Protocol, which was held in February of 2014, I was one of the invited guests, me and my wife. We arrived there on different planes. We were picked up by government cars, vehicles that are driven by elected drivers. and we drove along the most beautiful highway, flagged all the way from the airport with multiple flags up to the point at the hotel where we were all staying, and then from there around the space that was earmarked for the gathering, the auditorium, and thereafter a huge area with tents where we are all received for the celebration of the 25th signing of the Brazzaville Protocol. And it reminds me so much of that, what is happening now in Johannesburg, where the G20 conference is going to take place, or the G20 summit is the correct word, where that is taking place. And we have seen that with all the efforts, the refocus of the attention by Donald Trump in February of 2025 on the sufferings of the minority white population in South Africa, there was a lot of blame going on and a lot of insults to both sides, because suddenly the ANC has been uncovered in the face of the whole world in the atrocities that was exercised against the minority in South Africa has been thrown wide open. And Solidarity put up a lot of posters, a lot of focus to get possible results from whoever is attending the summit. But they put up that also along the road. Welcome to the most race-regulated country in the world. South Africa has 146 race-based laws where 90% of the people, the majority with full political power, needs race-based laws to protect them from 7% of the population. But what was interesting of this banners that was put up by Solidarity is the speed with which it was removed. Never in the history of post-apartheid was something so quickly cleaned up and removed as this, because they don't want to see the rest of the world what is really happening in South Africa. So all this window dressing that is going up at the moment, the preparations, the cleaning, the painting, the new traffic lights, road signs, the filling of the potholes along the best possible paths so that all the delegates to the summit could see is this beautiful situation of South Africa. But it remains the African way. Solidarity is also came forward in this same time, and they released a very important documentary which I think everybody should watch with care, listen, and then forward it right throughout the world. The Race to the Bottom. Race to the Bottom. It has just been released only yesterday on YouTube, where you can watch it, find it and watch it. Race to the Bottom. And in this documentary, Solidarity is providing proof of the systematically way of attacking the white minority, excluding them from the right to work, the right to prosper. And then, of course, also the land question. So these things must be seen and heard in the rest of the world, not only in South Africa, we must get it as wide out as possible. And as I said in the beginning, in 1994, white apartheid was just replaced by black apartheid based on revenge. That's what we are living through currently in South Africa. There's a lot of racial tensions that is going up all over the country, which eventually will flare up into full-scale conflict between the races, and most probably it will lead to a race-based civil war, which will be extremely ugly and devastating for everyone. But then I pick up something else this morning, where this Mr. Najoya said it's a war on white people. Everywhere you look, the same thing is happening, almost as if it is coordinated from the Great South to the United Kingdom to Europe to South Africa, always the same thing: silence white people and erase their history. It is fueled by hate, but also by Marxists. That is a perfect summarization of what is going on here. And I say that we must be proud to be white. We must be proud on our culture, our language, our history, our religion, and just be proud of who we are. And we must stop growling at the feet of the black ANC government. You all must have a fantastic day. Have a great cup of condensed milk coffee and enjoy the rest of the week. I speak again with you next Wednesday. Have a good week.